Welcome to another Financially Fabulous episode. I'm Lee Moore, and while I'm not a financial planner, I'll show you what I've learned. Today I want to talk about genuinely starting where you are. Come on, this will be fabulous. My favorite book for a very long time has been Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. It's definitely one of my absolute favorites. I think I've read it over 100,000 times. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. Definitely at least thousands of times. In fact, I love this book so much I actually even have 3 copies. Why I need 3 copies in my house, I have no idea, but I've accumulated them over the years. Part of what I love about this book is the introduction. Check it out. Congratulations, today's your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. For me, that's such a profound start and a message that I needed to hear several times over. And sometimes I still need to remind myself of those steps as well. I fell in love with this book back when I graduated university. I went to business school, and when I graduated, I was one of the few students that didn't have a job coming out of school. I felt so bad about myself. I had applied to all these jobs, and there was one job that was my dream job. It was working for a furniture company in a management rotation program where I would work in different departments for a duration of time because graduating, I wasn't 100% sure of what I wanted to do with my life. I don't know, I've changed several times from there, and sometimes I still wonder what I'm going to do when I grow up. But anyways, I had applied for that job. I had gone through a series of crazy interviews, a stay overnight case competition, and I didn't get the job. For months, I was so sad. I was living in my parents' basement. Not that that was such an issue, but I just felt so sad. I wasn't moving forward. I had just done this great business degree, and I couldn't figure out what I was going to do next, and I couldn't get anyone to hire me. I just felt so judged by society, and I'm sure that's something that many of you can understand and have experienced in some way, shape, or form. I mean, here I felt like, oh, I wasn't smart and I wasn't good enough and my grades weren't good enough and, I didn't know how I was going to be making money. It was a time in my life where I felt really judged. I seriously just wanted to crawl under my bed and stay there. And that's a feeling that I think a lot of people have about money. When I work with clients and people reach out to me, they tell me sometimes it's so embarrassing. They feel so judged by society for what they have, for what they don't have, so shameful for the debt that they've accumulated, the salary that they're making. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe they haven't saved enough. And that feeling of wanting to just crawl under your bed and stay there is one that I definitely can identify with. I think society can be really hard on us. We try to be perfect. There's so many expectations. Another area of my life that's actually been really challenging for me has been my love life. I have twice now in my life been dating the man I thought I was going to marry, and neither of those times panned out, and I'm totally okay with that because I'd rather not be with the wrong person, but I felt so severely judged by society. How could I be a certain age and not married or not have kids? And so I truly deeply understand the shame and the challenge and how difficult it can be to wake up and feel like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? I wasn't planning this for my life, but why does my life look the way that it does? And that's something that I think lots of us feel about our financial situation. It's like, how did we end up with all this debt? How did we end up with this crazy situation where you're living paycheck to paycheck and there's really no way to get out of it? But I'm here to tell you that there is. And what we need to do is put all that shame aside, put all that judgment aside. We need to choose happiness. We need to choose ourselves, and we need to choose to start wherever we are and whatever journey it is that we're on. So whether it's my crazy love life or your finances, all we need to do is start where we are and commit to taking one small step forward at a time. So here is my treatable for today. Screw the expectations. Let's just start where we are. Here's my challenge to you. I want you to go away and have some private, quiet time where I want you to write a love letter to yourself, particularly pertaining to your finances. I want you to write that you are enough, and I want you to own it. I want you to write that you're worthy of your situation. I want you to forgive yourself for whatever has happened to date, because it's not our fault what we did or didn't learn in the past. What's important is what we do now with our finances and what we do moving forward. Also, if you're open enough to it, I want you to leave a comment below and let me know what it is that you forgive yourself for doing. I hope you liked this video and that you learned something. Also, that you subscribe to my channel. It's free. And if you have a girlfriend that you think is really struggling with her money and where she is, I'd be grateful if you forwarded this on to her. She needs that love too. And if you want even more tips and tricks and inspiration, come on over to leemore.money and sign up for email updates. Remember, I'm not here to change who you are or how you live your life. I just have strategies to make you even more financially fabulous. Until next time, stay fabulous. You look up and down streets, you look over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. Out there things can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and footsy and you. And when things can happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too.